I was living here, and I remember like it was when I worked for Ted Baker in London, and I was like commuting a bit and then kind of thinking about going freelance because the commute was not really for me, like every day. A couple of people suggested, you know, like you just need to be a bit on it, you need to get your website sorted so you can literally launch it, and you need to be emailing everyone, you know, telling them that you've gone freelance. At the moment, I feel like where I've had the studio 2 years, I'm in probably a bit of a phase of like a positive transition. Like it's definitely the projects that maybe don't pay as much or that are the ones I'm self-initiating that I'm really, really driven by. But I think that's kind of part of my aim for the studio. As a business, that's like kind of important to me. Probably important to a lot of creative people, maybe to, you know, like you go to university as a creative to do things that maybe matter more. Like you don't really go, or I didn't go to make lots and lots of money. Like I went because I enjoy being creative as part of who I am. My mum's a jeweler and my dad makes guitars, and I feel like I'm used to being around that, like I think that physicality or like making things. Like they say there's some statistic that like you're more likely to set up your own business if your parents have their own business. But you know, I told myself that because my mum literally just took over a business like about 2 years before I started, and I was like, I saw this statistic and I basically went, well, my mum does it so I can do it. But then that was quite a nice like positive affirmation that I believed that I could do it. And like it was, you know, if you see someone else do it, and then maybe it's kind of like, okay, yeah, like it's possible. That's one thing that I found now, is that I'm good at promoting myself in some ways and I'm quite confident, but I'm not one to like shout about what I'm doing, and that could just be me, but I sometimes feel like modesty is maybe like a bit of a female trait. Yeah, I feel like there's a constant battle as a woman to go like, well, should I like become really bold and brash and like shout about how fantastic I am all the time, because that's obviously going to maybe get me somewhere because people do that, or do I just go along doing what I'm doing and hopefully I'll still get some interesting work and I'll feel happier in myself. And particularly in the design world, creative world, because I think that in some areas of that it's all about being able to talk the talk, and I don't think I'm very good at that. And sometimes I feel like, why should I have to do that? It's like sort of a hindrance, but then I'm like, I don't want to change. I don't want to become that just so that I fit into basically what is a very male-dominated society, a male-dominated world. And I think they're the people that need to change, not us. There needs to be more of an awareness about how important it is to have women in those roles and to not kind of reward people that shout louder than the rest. At the moment, I feel kind of confident, I think, which is nice. I feel like I'm kind of like winding my way to somewhere where I want to be. Like I'm not fully there yet, but I know that I want to probably run my own studio now, which is nice. As long as you're kind of like aiming towards something you want and you've always got that, that's like the most important thing. Yeah, like I just believe that will happen, but I also think it's just about trying to be a nice person and like, you know, yeah, just not being an arsehole. Hopefully good things happen. Like I guess it's a bit like karma, but then I do believe it does happen. It's like you have shit days, but then you also have really good days, and you just have to like go with it. And yeah.